Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. I am so happy to see everyone again and be back on the live. Um, this month, we're talking about home ownership and some of the values of home ownership and how you can add value to your home for those of you who are homeowners. So, last week, we talked about if you have a basement. So, typically, if you live in like the Midwest, the East Coast, some parts of the East Coast, um, you typically have a basement or a lower level. And so we talked about how to bring value in that extra square footage. And this week we're going to be talking about bathrooms, which is something everyone has and always utilizes. And so bathrooms are a big thing that add value to your home and your home ownership. And it's something that typically we use all the time, but think very little about. And so I want to just kind of talk with you today about a couple of tips and tricks on how to keep your bathroom up to par or keeping it updated so that when you're ready to sell or you're ready to really transition into another home, you're putting your house on the market, it will be easy to make that transition. So a lot of times people wait till their bathrooms are really dated. And I say this, bathrooms are an amazing way to continue to upkeep your home and keep the personality of who you are and who your family is in the space, because they always need to be updated. And you can do it a little bit at a time. Like, you don't necessarily have to do a huge bathroom renovations. Like, of course, I love those and they are very fun. But the bathroom, which is a consistent and high aspect of value in your home, you can update a little bit at a time. So it's something that you can continue to do over time. The mirrors, which are typically in bathrooms over the vanity, that's something you can always update. The vanity itself is an investment, depending on if you have a double vanity or a single vanity, what size it is. That's something you can always update as well. So there's things that you can do a little bit at a time. If you don't want to spend the money all at once and do a huge transformation, you can continue to keep your bathroom updated a little bit at a time. So if you make those investments, it's almost like a savings plan, right? Like, you don't typically just dump like thousands of dollars in there one time unless you get like a huge payment. Like, you usually save over time and put $100 in here, $50 in here, consistently along the way. So this is a way to kind of do that and keep your bathrooms updated, so that it's not like 20 years has gone by and you haven't touched it and now it just needs a complete overhaul, right? I mean, I get those phone calls every day, and believe me, I love them. But there's ways that you can do it along the way as well, so that you don't necessarily have to end up in that position, right? So there's so many amazing things. Like, you have powder rooms, which are typically smaller bathrooms. You also have master or the owner's bathroom, which are usually larger bathrooms. And then you might have Jack and Jill bathrooms. So there's different types of bathrooms, and there's ways to keep them updated and be consistent. So like your major money pits, or like the places where you're going to spend your most money, are your vanities, your showers, like tile work. That kind of stuff is like the big ticket items in bathrooms, right? And so when you're looking to update those, you're going to invest in those, right? But there's also ways to keep your bathroom updated. If, say, you have a very classic tile, it's white, or it's a subway tile, or, you have like a penny round, you live in an older house, like the tile that you have is good. It's classic. You can keep it, it's timeless. You don't necessarily have to change it. You can switch out like your vanity and your mirror and your lighting. Like, those are things that you don't have to wait for a huge overhaul in order to bring up the value of the space. Like, lighting can do a huge transformation, because what type of bulb that you use also helps to kind of create the atmosphere of space. what kind of light fixtures you use can automatically update the space. So there's so many ways that you can over time update your bathrooms to keep the value high without having to do a huge overhaul if that's not what you're wanting to do, right? And so we posted a picture on our Instagram today of a bathroom that is a very transitional, borderline modern bathroom. It's warm, but it's very clean. The wood brings the warmth into the space. And so you want to take inspiration from things like that, where, you know, if you live in a home, that might be an older home, but you're trying to transition it into something that looks a little bit more modern, but it's classic. You know, go with like warm woods, but try to keep the rest of the space really light and bright, especially if you have lighter, smaller bathrooms, right? So there's so many ways that you can update it without, you know, doing a whole lot to completely overhaul the space, or waiting till you have to overhaul the space. Because that's usually the issue, is people wait until it's like, okay, this needs a complete overhaul. So another way that you can also do that is with the accessories. So your soap dispenser, your towel bars, your toilet paper roll, all of those are ways that you can consistently update your space, because sometimes metals and finishes go in and out. You know, if you want to change and update the space, maybe your tile work stays the same and is very classic, and you just update all of your accessories and get new ones, get a fresh look. So there's ways to continually add value to your home and not necessarily have to wait until you're getting ready to move, or, you know, you're to a point where you need to do a complete overhaul. So think about those things as you think about the value of your home, and we think about the spaces that add a lot of value to your home, because, you know, the number one things that people really think about and are looking at when they're looking to move and they're looking to transition into a new home are layouts of spaces, and also the condition in which the bathrooms and the kitchens, and, you know, if you have a basement, those kind of things. So we're trying to discuss those things this week in ways that you can consistently add value to your home and keep adding value to help it appreciate in the way that you want it to. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can DM our account, and we also have been posting things on the blog, on the website, so feel free to visit that at www.desired-designs.com. And next week, we're going to talk about another type of space that adds value to the home and how you continue to keep it up to date. So thank you guys for joining us for these little tips on Wednesday. I hope they're helpful to you, and I will see you guys next week. Like always, it's 2 more days to the best day of the week, Friday. So hang in there, guys. Looking forward to seeing you, and leave us your questions or comments in the comments so that we can know what you're thinking. All right. Thanks. Have a good week, guys. Bye.